In the neon-drenched underbelly of Las Vegas, where fortunes flip like casino chips and loyalties shatter like glass, few names evoke the raw peril of the mob era quite like Frank "Lefty" Rosenthal. The legendary gambler and fixer, immortalized by Robert De Niro in Martin Scorsese's 1995 masterpiece Casino, wasn't just a sharp-suited operator. He was the architect of Sin City's golden age, turning the Stardust resort into a mob-funded juggernaut. But beyond the high rollers and hidden skimmers lies a quieter, more poignant chapter. The life of his daughter, Stephanie Rosenthal, whose existence intertwined with the glamour and grit of her father's world, forever marked by the violence that defined it. Lefty Rosenthal's saga is the stuff of legend, a real-life heist movie scripted by fate. Born in 1929 to a Jewish family in Chicago, he earned his moniker Lefty, not from politics but from a childhood scrap where he allegedly pistol-whipped a thug left-handed. By his teens, Rosenthal was a prodigy in the numbers racket, his photographic memory spotting fixed horse races and rigged wheels with eerie precision. Exiled from Vegas bookmaking in the 1950s due to his underworld ties, he returned in the 60s as the mob's golden goose, overseeing operations for the Chicago outfit and Kansas City faction. His innovations, handicapping, celebrity chef hires and showgirl spectacles, transformed the strip from seedy to seductive, grossing millions skimmed straight to mob bosses. Scorsese's Casino distills this into operatic fury. De Niro's Sam "Ace" Rothstein mirrors Lefty's meticulous control, courting Ginger, Sharon Stone's volatile take on Jerry McGee, Lefty's wife, while dodging Tommy DeVito's Joe Pesci, psychopathic enforcers. The film's climax, a car bomb that nearly claimed Ace's life, echoes the real October 1982 blast that left Rosenthal scarred but unbowed, steering his Lincoln from the inferno with hands untouched by flame. Yet, amid the explosions and excesses, Stephanie Rosenthal's story emerges as a haunting counterpoint, a daughter's navigation of paternal shadows. Born in 1963 to Lefty and Geri, Stephanie grew up in Vegas's velvet rope world, where her father's Stardust empire meant private jets, poolside soirees and whispers of danger. Family photos capture a cherubic girl amid the opulence. Birthday cakes towering like slot machines, holidays at the family's Lake Tahoe retreat. But glamour masked menace. Geri's volatility, fueled by pills, paranoia, and affairs, tore at the home front. Her 1982 murder, staged as a drug overdose in a Los Angeles motel, was retaliation for her mob entanglements, leaving 19-year-old Stephanie orphaned in all but name. Lefty, ever stoic, shielded her from the fallout, but the trauma lingered, a specter in their shared silence. Post-explosion, Lefty rebuilt in anonymity, marrying Bon, a former dancer, and relocating to Florida. Stephanie, pursuing independence, studied at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, majoring in communications, a nod to bridging worlds her father couldn't. She married young, building a life far from the Strip's siren call, raising children who knew Lefty as the quirky grandpa with stories of old Vegas, minus the blood. Yet the mob's echo persisted. In interviews, Stephanie has spoken guardedly of her father's duality, the loving provider who quizzed her on math over dinner, versus the man whose associates vanished in accidents. He protected us fiercely, she once reflected, but that world seeped in like smoke you can't air out. Scorsese's film, drawn from Nicholas Pileggi's book, consulted Lefty extensively, with Stephanie's input ensuring emotional fidelity. She viewed early cuts, advising on Geri's portrayal, not as villainous but flawed firebrand. Stone's Oscar-nominated turn owes much to such nuances, capturing the love-hate vortex that ensnared the family. Stephanie's own brush with peril came young, a kidnapping attempt at 10 thwarted by Lefty's vigilance, foreshadowing the Stardust's 1980s federal probes that dismantled his kingdom. As the FBI's Operation Strawman unraveled the Skim, $7 million laundered through Bahamian banks, Lefty testified, earning witness protection but no peace. His 2008 death from a heart attack at 79 closed a chapter, but Stephanie carries the archive, letters, ledgers and a father's faded cufflinks. She's become an unofficial historian, lecturing on Vegas's mob-to-corporate shift, emphasizing resilience over romance. Dad wasn't a monster or a myth, she says. He was a man betting against odds for us. This legacy intersects pop culture profoundly. Casino's box office haul and critical acclaim revived interest in Rosenthal lore, spawning podcasts, tours, and books. Stephanie's voice grounds it. In a 2010 documentary, she recounted poolside chats where Lefty dreamed aloud of legitimacy, a sports book sans strings. Her life, too, evolved. Divorce, career in event planning, advocacy for addiction recovery honoring Geri. Grandkids now play where mobsters schemed, a generational cleanse. In Las Vegas's reinvention, corporate towers eclipsing tangos, Stephanie embodies transition. Her father's innovations persist in today's analytics-driven casinos, but she champions ethical evolution, supporting anti-gambling initiatives. Scorsese, who befriended Lefty, called him the real deal, a nod to authenticity Stephanie upholds. As she ages, preserving artifacts, his racing forms, Geri's jewelry, she ensures the tale isn't glorified gangsterism but human frailty amid fortune's wheel. Stephanie Rosenthal's narrative, often sidelined in casinos' blaze, reveals the mob's ripple on innocence. From Stardust showgirl dreams to suburban stability, her arc affirms survival's quiet victory. In Vegas, where memories fade like dawn light, she keeps the flame, wary, wise, unwavering.